Good morning, everyone. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm so excited to be on Thursday of the third annual Makind Dads Summit. And today is really all about baby making logistics and resources for couples on the path to parenthood. And this morning, I'm flying solo. 9 o'clock in the morning is 6 o'clock in California, so I let Sarah sleep in this morning. So it's just Allison and I. Alison Meier is from the Vitality Solutions, and we basically met online, and I was so interested to learn more about the company, and so I'm so grateful that Allison is here. Hi, Allison.
Hi, Kristen. So glad to be here and talk with you guys.
So give me 1 sec. I'm just going to read your bio for everyone so they get a little bit of an understanding of what you do. So Alison Meier is the founder and CEO of Vitality Solutions, and that's based in Houston, Texas. So it's an early morning for Allison too. Allison has more than 10 years of experience in the insurance industry, and she began her career in property and casualty insurance sales and sales management with Liberty Mutual. She then moved into a senior producer role at one of the 15 largest insurance brokerage firms in the United States. Allison holds a bachelor's degree in marketing from the University of Nebraska and an MBA with an emphasis in business consulting from the University of Houston. She currently serves on the board of directors for 2 nonprofit organizations, one of which she founded in 2014. Allison has a heart and desire to bring hope and new life to couples facing infertility, and once these couples do experience new life, her mission is to share it with others. One of those ways is through her funding nonprofit organization fighting social issues that are the direct cause and effect of family breakdown, giving more hope and new life to others. Such heart-centered people have been with us all week, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So tell us a little bit. I was so intrigued when I learned about your offering, and because, as you know, there's only 15 states across the country that have the insurance mandate. Fortunately for me, I've been lived in Massachusetts, and I had it. But as you know, 94% of the insurance companies don't cover infertility. So tell us a little bit how you got started, because you have a little bit of a personal relationship with through the fertility area too.
Yeah, absolutely. So how Vitality Solutions is personal experience through a family member. My brother and sister-in-law had to go through the IVF process. And during that time, I saw them spend not guaranteed that they were even going to have a baby. It was in hopes and trying. And at the same time, I was in the insurance industry. And at the time, creating niche insurance products for different ideas. And so I saw them going through this, and I thought there's got to be a way to ensure the success of IVF. So this financial investment couples are making, how can we ensure that to guarantee, hey, I'm either going to have a baby or receive my money back? And so me doing research on the industry and the issue, and about 2.5 years later, we actually got an insurance carrier to pick up the product, and launched about a year ago.
Well, it's revolutionary, because my little understanding of what you offer is, so 2 years is a long time in the making, and so that your passion had to keep you, going through this. It felt to me, I'm going back a little bit, but it felt to me like you mimicked what people who are trying to create their family had to go through. So 2 years is a long time to create this offering for people to have insurance coverage, or another option, guaranteeing that if you make these attempts, then you have your financial investment, sent back to you. If that's a layman way of saying it, isn't that correct?
Yeah, no, I say that all the time. It was really 3 years that we launched. Our insurance policies, actually, we give our couples 3 years to go through 3 attempts. But it was the birthing, and I had to go through it wasn't having a child, but the company was like having a child, getting this to market, having this dream, and you're called to this. But going of launching and getting it to happen.
So if people do not have to be in Texas to have your services, it's all across the nation, and
Correct.
that they can reach out to you. And I'm sure there's parameters, just like every situation is different. I'm sure there's parameters for people's situation that you can help them, walk through or see if this is a viable solution for them. So if I'm a woman who's going through fertility treatments and does not have insurance coverage, and then I'm hearing about you, what will that look like for that person? So they reach out to you through the website or call the company. So what happens?
Yeah, so really when they call in or apply on the website, we really try to understand their situation and the process that they're in. And, sometimes they will have found an IVF doctor, sometimes they won't. So our insurance's product is unique that they can choose any clinic they want to go to across the country.
Okay.
Now, our will vary based on the clinics. So we allow the consumer, even if they like clinic A over clinic B, but the premium's a little higher, they still can choose Dr. A. And so we really try to understand their financial situation, how much they would need, if you would go through 380, what does that limit of insurance look like? Typically, it's about $35,000 to $40,000 on average nationwide, including medications and everything. However, if there's special tests or, genetic testing that they want to include in that, they can buy a maximum limit of $200,000.
Well, some of my clients and some of the people that I speak to, they're in debt over $100,000 to create their family, and there's just such a burden financially for this process. I mean, I remember just having the insurance company deny my medication. So, is there an option that if you have out of pocket that you feel like you want to pay for, can you only go to you and have medication covered, or is it just the whole process?
Yeah, so let's say, some insurance policies will cover medications, but not the procedure or part of the expenses. So anything that's not covered by traditional health insurance, we can insure. So when I created the product, I wanted to include everything in that IVF experience, from including testing costs, medications, the actual IVF procedure, professional counseling and therapy. And if
I was going to ask you about the mental health component and the emotional component, because, I interrupted you, but that was going to be my next question. So keep going. So
so really we want to encompass everything that the patient has to go through in that IVF process to be covered by insurance. Now they can buy a $20,000 limit again, or a $50,000 limit. So really it's up to them to understand their situation and walk through, like, what would you be paying for? What would your expenses be? And let's get you an appropriate amount of insurance for that.
And how long is the process? How long is the process when someone starts an application and when they complete it? Because I'm hoping to give this information before, because I've been working within the infertility. It's an industry now, but I've been working within this infertility for about 20 years. And when people come to me, they're in crisis, right? They're in emotional crisis, financial crisis, relationship crisis. And so I'm always looking at being proactive as opposed to being reactionary. So if you're someone who's starting off and you do not have insurance coverage and you're trying to figure out your financing of your family, the time is always a barrier too. People think, oh my God, if I wait a month or if I wait whatever. So there's a big truck going by, sorry. So I'm asking this as, what is the timing of this? How long does this process take?
Yeah, so the actual application process is all online, and it takes about 2 minutes to actually apply, get a quote, and buy the coverage. So we make it very quick. But in terms of the IVF procedure, when in that stage do they buy it? Anywhere from 60 days before they start taking the egg stimulation medication, they can buy the policy. So even if someone would be starting their cycle today, purchase the policy and still have coverage.
Okay. Okay, so that's amazing. So what ends up happening now? Then you get this policy and you have the freedom of choice to go to Dr. A that you want to at clinic, whatever. So you have this policy, and then is it a lump sum that they pay you? Or I know I'm in the logistics of it, but I'm just trying to. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can pay us in a one lump sum payment. Or we also offer monthly payments through a financing partner, Prosper Healthcare, where it can be a monthly payment, as little as $50 a month. So it really just depends on what the patient prefers.
So can I say back to you what my understanding of this? So basically, this is an insurance policy that they're purchasing. They have 3 attempts over a course of 3 years. Correct. They apply to the application online, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and you have the freedom of choice to go to the doctor, the clinic, and you have options of how much you're also purchasing. And then they should do that about 60 days beforehand.
Yep.
I got it?
You got it.
Awesome. So you have to know, this part of my brain is just, that's why I have to process it, because I'm the emotional girl. So I use the other side of my brain. So I look at you with such admiration, because to be able to go to, through the insurance industry and be able to create this structure so that someone who is in such a dark place, financially or emotionally, has hope. Because I look at this as another tool in the toolbox, for hope that, financially, it's debilitating. People max out credit cards, people, go to their families and they use creative financing. But to me, when I heard this, it's almost like, wow, this is amazing offering.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think it's different than getting a loan, because there's a guarantee that you're structuring it 3 attempts, and then at the end, there's a reimbursement.
Correct. Yep. And so really, our client still sometimes takes out loans to pay all the upfront expenditures. But then at the end of 3 attempts or 3 years, if they've gone through 3 attempts within 3 years and they don't have a baby, they get a check from us for that $40,000 or $50,000, whatever their policy limit is, and then they can go pay off the loan. That is
so amazing. So how did this come to you? Were you just circling and watching what your family members were going through, and you're like, I know that there's a situation that we can, this is solvable,
Yeah.
How did this come to you that I think your product is very different, because at the end, I have never heard of anybody getting funds back.
So the idea initially came to me, but it was one step at a time. And so I didn't wake up the first day and have it all laid out in my head. But I knew in my spirit that I was supposed to do this. And it's that thing that if you never do try that in life, you're always going to regret it. And so, it was one door open at a time. And, when you think all the doors are shut, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm giving it back to me to do this. It's yours. And then 5 minutes later, I get an email from an insurance carrier that's interested in it. And so it was really one step, one open door, one closed door, until it was complete.
Well, you know what? That is, I've been crying all week, Allison. And I'm not the one that's carrying a child right now, as Sarah is, but I've been crying all week, because that what you just said is the same emotion that women and couples need when they're trying to create their child. It's one door shut, another one open. And think of like the soul whispering, the light whispering to you, just keep going. And you've opened a door for all these couples. And so it's just so profound.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing that. Thank you. Oh, there you are.
Sorry, I cut out just, but we really recognize that process that they're going through and want to journey with them on this whole building a family. It's not just, oh, we're in a normal insurance company and we're going to pay your claims. We really want to journey with you and be there emotionally. Now, we're not professional counselors like yourself, but just knowing we're all in this together and we're a team. And so any way we can help you or provide you resources besides that financial perspective, that's really what Vitality is here for too.
That's amazing. So just so you know, all your information is on the landing page, and and under your bio is a link. But if someone wanted to get a hold of you, like listening to you, I'm sure they're Googling, where you are. But what would be the best way?
Yes, so they can email me at allison@vitalitysolutions.com or call me directly at 346-888-2861. VitalitySolutions.com actually has, you can go apply for a quote online. It takes about 2 minutes to get a quote. So if you have any questions or, comments, suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. And, I'm always looking for ways to create our product and innovate our product from the perspective of the patient. So we're always open to, getting feedback, honest feedback on hey, this is great. We're not liking this part so much.
That's wonderful. So thank you so much for your time, Allison, and your information was so helpful, and your story is so mirroring what what people are going through when they're trying to create their family. You gave birth to this product to help other people, fulfill their dreams. So God bless. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day.
We just appreciate you having us on here, and we just support everyone and here to bring hope and life.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thanks, Kristen.
Bye-bye.